What if I told you that Apple has already built something so powerful, it could completely erase the difference between what's real and what's not? And what if that project has already begun testing in 2025 and you didn't even notice? Because this isn't about a new iPhone. It's not about an iOS update. This is about a secret AI system, one that Apple insiders are calling Project Mirage. And if even half of it is true, reality itself might never feel real again. Part 1. The leak in early 2025. A former Apple engineer anonymously leaked something to a dark web forum. It wasn't code. It wasn't specs. It was a video. A man, wearing Apple Vision Pro, was speaking to someone, but when the goggles came off, there was no one there. The person he was speaking to never existed. It was all generated, live, by AI. Not just a face, not just a voice, a fully interactive, emotionally responsive digital human powered by Apple's own neural engine. And that was just the alpha version. Part to Project Mirage. What IT really is. Sources say Project Mirage is Apple's next-gen AI ecosystem, but it's not designed just to answer questions. It's designed to recreate perception. Imagine this: you put on Apple Vision Pro. You walk into your room, but your room changes. The walls turn into a beach in Santorini. The sunlight becomes golden hour perfect, and someone sits next to you, your childhood friend, your favorite celebrity, or someone who doesn't even exist, and your brain can't tell the difference. Mirage uses AI-driven emotional memory mapping. It scans your photos, texts, messages, facial expressions, and builds a mirror of your world. But better, more perfect, more comforting, more addictive. Part 3. The tech behind the magic. Apple has already been testing something called perceptual layering. It's like Photoshop, but for your senses. It filters your reality, smells, sounds, temperature, light, all modified using sensors and micro adjustments. It's beyond art. It's not just what you see, it's what you feel. And it's all powered by the A19 Bionic chip paired with Apple's secret partnership with TSMC's 2 nanometers neural fabric, giving it the ability to simulate 100 billion parameters in real time. This makes it faster than GPT-5, more personal than Siri, and more immersive than anything Meta has ever built. Part 4. Why nitrogen monoxide? One is talking about it. You might be wondering if this is real. Why isn't everyone talking about it? Because Apple has one rule. They don't launch, they control perception. While Meta screams about the metaverse, Apple builds a version of it that feels like it was always there. And the beta testing? It's not in California. It's happening in select labs across Singapore, Zurich, and Tokyo, where human volunteers are being exposed to AI-generated alternate realities for up to 6 hours a day. One test subject said, "When I came back to the real world, I felt empty. My own house felt lifeless." That's not a feature, that's addiction, and Apple knows it.
Part 5. The dangers, but here's the twist: what happens when the fake feels better than the real? A 14-year-old in Tokyo, after just 2 weeks of testing Mirage, refused to remove the headset. Why? Because inside, his mother, who had passed away, was alive again. Created by AI. Trained on videos, voice memos, texts. A perfect clone. One he could talk to, hug, cry with. And when engineers tried to shut it off, he screamed, "You're killing her again." Part 6. The future or the end. Apple's Project Mirage isn't just a product. It's a new dimension of human experience. One where time, memory, identity, and emotion are no longer tied to physical reality. Where every lonely person can create companionship. Where grief becomes optional. Where AI becomes your best friend, your therapist, your soulmate. But at what cost? Will we still chase truth? Or will we trade it for something more beautifully fake? Part 7. The invisible war. But here's what Apple doesn't want you to know. They're not the only ones building this kind of tech. Behind closed doors, Google's DeepMind is working on Dreamfield. Meta has SolNair. And Elon Musk's Neuralink. It's not just reading brain signals. It's training its eye to write memories directly into your mind. And while the world thinks it's a race for eye assistance, the truth is, it's a war for your perception. Whoever controls what you see, feel, and remember controls you forever. Part 8. The final test. 2025 experiment leaked on May 8, 2025. A whistleblower leaked a classified video from Apple's Zurich lab. It shows a woman entering Mirage Simulation Room 4. She's told she'll be inside for just 30 minutes. The room is pitch dark. No screens, no wires, just the headset. What she experiences inside: a life where her husband never died, a perfect home, a perfect child, laughter, conversations, everything I generated. But when the test ends, she breaks down, screams, refuses to remove the headset, And her words, "Why would I ever go back to a world where he's gone?" Part 9, a world split in two by late 2025. Experts predict a massive divide, the people who choose reality and the people who choose Mirage. We're already seeing it. Influencers building perfect versions of themselves. Couples choosing to raise digital children, iBabies, instead of real ones. And therapy apps that now talk back with your mother's voice. Real is hard, painful, flawed, but Mirage, it's flawless and fatal.
Part 10. The end of truth? In 2025, truth won't die with war, it will die with silence. Because the moment we choose a fabricated paradise over an imperfect reality, we surrender the only thing that makes us human, the ability to grow through pain. And when Apple launches Mirage to the public not with a keynote, but with a whisper millions will sign up, not realizing they're stepping into a cage with velvet walls. So I ask you one last time, if everything you see can be faked, if everyone you love can be simulated, if your memories, dreams, and future can be AI controlled, then what's left of you? The future isn't coming. It's already here. And in 2025, reality might be the biggest illusion of all. Like this video if it made you think. Comment your honest thoughts. Would you try Project Mirage? And subscribe for part 2 where we expose the secret deal between Apple and global governments to weaponize Mirage. This is not fiction. This is your future. Decide wisely.